Prime Minister Andrew Holness welcomes the presidents of the IDB and World Bank, engages investors at the Global Digital Services Summit, and enforces school safety and security policy. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Marjorie Gordon. Prime Minister Andrew Holness last week reiterated the call for a wider set of metrics to be used by multilateral financial institutions in determining the support that is provided to countries. He did so while hosting a 3-day historic first visit of a World Bank president to the island. President Ajay Banga was in the island from June 13 to 15.
We use this platform, having you, Mr. President, to endorse the call for a system that looks fairly on countries like Jamaica in terms of how we get access to concessional financing and support.
The visit was also shared with Ilan Golfan, the president of the Inter-American Development Bank IDB. Mr. Holness used the opportunity to express gratitude to both institutions for the support to Jamaica's national development.
So you would have gone about looking at various projects and seeing what the funding of your various institutions are doing and what the people are saying, how they are benefiting, how they are receiving. And I'm certain that you would see that Jamaica is a good steward of the resources that have been made available, both in terms of loans, in terms of grant, and certainly in terms of the technical advice that you have given.
Meanwhile, Mr. Banga pledged the bank's commitment to supporting Jamaica in the areas of human capital development, digitization of governance, and economic resilience.
Our job as an institution should be to help you through those troughs so that you can soar during the peaks. And to help you during the troughs requires us to be your partner in every good and bad time.
Mr. Holness sought assistance from the IDB and the World Bank to stem poverty in the country, as well as support to reform the PATH program.
We will call upon the tremendous resources and skills that you have, knowledge of executing such programs and reforming them and how to make them more meaningful. There has never been a better time to invest in Jamaica.
That was the Prime Minister at the 9th staging of the outsourced to Latin America and the Caribbean O2LAC Global Digital Services Summit. Mr. Holness told investors that Jamaica, being the Caribbean's leading outsourcing destination, boasted a cadre of more than 60,000 persons working in the global services sector.
This is because of our natural advantage in terms of location and being a prime nearshore location. It's because we have a talent pool, and of course we have established the special economic zone, which creates incentives for outsourcing firms to operate in Jamaica.
The event provided networking opportunities for Latin American and Caribbean startups and entrepreneurs to engage with investment funds, multinational corporations, governments, and like-minded peers. Prime Minister Holness gave directives last week for immediate review of safety and security policies in schools. Initial steps to be taken by the Ministry of Education and Youth will be in relation to the entry, exit, and pickup of children.
That policy needs to be standardized, and where it may require the implementation of measures which would see cameras being installed or electronic gates or security guards, the ministry must put in place the resources to ensure that these measures can be implemented.
The action stemmed from the abduction of 8-year-old Danielle Rowe from the Brayton Primary School. She was subsequently murdered.
And I'm asking the public to work with the police to bring the perpetrator to justice. The pressure of the society can bring the perpetrator to justice.
Mr. Holness also announced that measures would be put in place to make it a requirement for public entities, including schools, to have CCTV cameras installed at the entrance and exit of their facilities. Still in the House of Representatives, Prime Minister Andrew Holness urged parliamentarians to refrain from feuding with the Integrity Commission. He recommended that the Joint Select Committee reviewing the Integrity Commission Act and the Oversight Committee increase the pace of their activities.
We must move swiftly to ensure that we have strong and appropriate legislation to ensure that we deliver justice and integrity for the people of Jamaica.
The Prime Minister's remarks followed concerns raised by members of Parliament on the Integrity Commission's work and operation. Meanwhile, Mr. Holness also gave his support to the establishment of a joint women caucus of Parliament comprising female electorates from both the Senate and the House of Representatives.
I thoroughly endorse and support this move. I think it will enrich our Parliament, and I think it will improve the delivery of policy and improve policy outcomes.
And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next week for more of the news stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.